Dominicans be like, I'm not black. Meanwhile, the picture of their abuelita in the living room. And before, the Dominicans get into my comments mad, we know that you think that black, the race, equals being African American, which is incorrect. And think of this. Black is a race, being Dominican is a nationality. You can say that black equals African American all you want, but that's like saying Asian equals just Chinese or something. No, Asian crosses many countries, just like black crosses many countries, including yours. Especially if your abuelita look like this, okay? It's in you. And honestly, Dominicans saying that they're not black wouldn't be a problem if they didn't say it with such like, ew, I'm not black. Like, it's usually that type of response because they think they're a little bit better, because there might be a little fair skin or their hair might not be as coarse. But at the end of the day, you black. Dominicano es tu nacionalidad, no tu raza. And before y'all get in my comments, yes, we know that there are white Dominicans, but that's not who we're talking about right now.
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? Target Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a very, like I said, educative video as always. Okay, we're always educating ourselves and always striking that conversation that we're having. Okay, so I know like a lot of Black Americans, which will actually address the British, the Africans, saying that, oh, we're not black. But also in the comment section, they actually pointed out that a lot of the Latin Afro-Latinos, okay, a lot of the Afro-Latinos and the Dominican people, they're kind of like, I'm not black, I am Dominican, I'm Afro-Latino. They don't want to be identified as black. And I personally took it upon myself because I can tell their own story, okay? Because I don't know why I'm not there with them. So I decided to like find out that why do they do that? Like I already explained why we Africans do that. Anyway, guys, so I found a couple of videos of Afro-Latinos explaining why they don't identify as black.
Care about race because everybody here is a little mixture of everything. And when you're a little mixture of everything, the majority of the population in the Dominican Republic is a mixture of everything. There are few people that are like 100% one ethnicity. Since that's the case, we do not subscribe to the one drop rule like you guys do. We're not saying that you're wrong. We're just saying that what you do is not what we do. So if you call a Dominican person black or white or Chinese or whatever, we say no, we're Dominican. I know people from Asian descent that are Dominican, that were born here, but you look at them and you think they're from China, and they tell you, no, I'm Dominican. Because since we're very mixed, all of us, saying that I'm black is dismissing the other parts of my identity, or saying that I'm white dismisses the other parts of my identity. It's not a matter of race. Okay? Understand this. And no, when you say black, we don't think African American, because African American is a thing that doesn't exist unless you were born in Nigeria, okay, and you went to live to the States and you became a United States citizen. Now you're African American. But a person that has been living in the States since their great-great-great-great-grandfather, you cannot say you're African American. You have nothing to do with Africa, my friend, just like we do. I don't have anything to do with Africa. Therefore, I'm not black. I'm not white. I'm Dominican.
Okay, so real quick, why do Afro-Latinos not identify with black? This is because we used to have a caste system in Latin America. You guys did not have that in the US. In this caste system, the idea was to eliminate blackness, to improve races by becoming closer and closer to whiteness. So this caste system is really big. These are all the different races that the Spaniards just kind of made up. And they meant improving your race. There's an expression here in Latin America called mejorar la raza, or improving your race. It's something that your tias or like your abuelas say when you introduce them to your partner and they're lighter than you. They're like, oh, you're improving the race. Like you're improving our family by being with this white person. This is an actual thing from colonial times. Here's a painting about improving your race, seen as a blessing. And that's why Latin America would never had illegal interracial marriage, because it was normal in the Spanish kingdoms. It was considered a good thing. It was like, oh, you're improving the population. So someone like me, half black, half white, that would be called a mulatto. Then if I got with a white person, then my son will be called an albino or octavon, and so on and so forth until they became white. But, and check out, they had this race that was called a salto atrás, step back. If someone like me got with someone darker, then our son's race would be a salto atrás, a step back, on the eternal path of becoming white. So we kind of lost the sense of identity, like identified as a race like black people. And it became very much about skin color and how mixed you were. And if you were a little mixed, if you didn't just look African at first sight, then you were not black. That's how it worked back then. Now they're implementing something different, and it's that ever since around the 90s or 80s, they quit putting black in the census and mestizo, which meant mixed, because everyone was putting mixed and they didn't know who was actually black. And they started asking who was Afro-Latino, meaning that you had African in you from that time, even if you didn't look fully black, as it was taught to us that was what being black meant. And then they got actual numbers of the population. So that's what we get asked in the census. We get asked if we are Afro descendants, not if we're black. And most people take that and they assume that it means that they're not really black, and that Afro-Latino is a different term and that it refers to something different. So again, it's a cultural thing. Yes, we do know Afro-Latino means black. The thing is, like, in Latin America, it's really complicated and most people will not identify as black if they're a little mixed, which is the case for a lot of Afro-Latinos. Another thing that happens is that if you say that you're black and you don't look fully African as they expect, they correct you. And they tell you, you're not black, you're a triqueñita or a morenita. Anything but. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer.
So that's their own take on it, because those are the people that, okay, it's them, they are to tell their story. So hey, like I already said in a couple of videos before now, I already explained why we Africans, we don't address ourselves as black, because black is basically like skin color for us. Like, it's not culture, it's not just like skin color for us. We see ourselves more like our country. Our nationality is more like our identity. Like a lot of the Afro-Americans, black is more like an identity or culture, and like even nationality, because even their passport are like Caucasian, like, so it's more like, but for us, yeah, like it's nothing like that. Like, there's nowhere in our passport that you will see that, oh, race, like there's nothing like race in our passports. It's just your nationality, if you get it. So it's not a thing for us. That's why we do that. And the Dominicans and the Latinos, they've explained themselves why they do that. Let me know down in the comment section what you think about the explanation, and about Africans' explanation why they don't record blacks or and all that. Let us know your thought about this down in the comment section. I'd love to read from you guys. So I just let me put it out there. Okay, because somebody's going to call me out for it, like, how you a shit being black? No, I'm not. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's about it for this video. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation. I love reading from you guys, so drop your comment and your thoughts on it down in the comment section. Okay, I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.